Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Adi Shukri bin Muhammad Halimi. I will introduce you about my group mate, which will present about educational software. In introduction, Muhammad Fahan Aiman bin Zulkifli will present, and in history educational software, which I, Muhammad Adi Shukri bin Muhammad Halimi, will present it. And the third part is advantage and disadvantage about educational software. Muhammad Harid bin Muhammad Sis will present it. In application of educational software, Muhammad Nabil Ifan bin Muhammad Salahuddin will present it. And conclusion for the last, Ahmad Wafi Azri bin Abu Bakar.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fanaiman bin Zulkifli and I will present you about introduction. Educational software is a term used for any computer software which is made from an educational purpose. It encompasses different range from language learning software to classroom management software to reference software. Education software is computer software with the primary purpose of teaching or learning or self-learning. Using computer software and hardware in education and training goes back to the early 40s. When American researchers were able to develop flight simulator that use analog computer for generating simulated onboard instrument data. This day, education software constituent of the identity of a school as they could deliver all the associated tasks. Software at present event provide the facility and access to parents for a bird's view of the progress of their children in the classroom. More and more educational software organizations, both online and offline, are coming to help fill a need for more personalized, interactive educational experience for students and teachers alike. There are numerous benefits to this system, and most importantly, education software is a cost-efficient solution for educational organizations that want to manage information and data regarding their students in an organized way. The use of innovative technology opens up numerous opportunities in every sphere, and the education industry is not exception. The implementation of new technology has reshaped the educational sector, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. When everybody studied online, we could feel all the benefit of using educational software. According to statistics, the global e-learning market will reach 167 billion in 2026. However, it is also important to take into account the cost of using software for education. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Adi Shukri bin Muhammad Halimi. I will present to you all about history educational software. In 1946 until 1970, the use of computer hardware and software in education and training dates to the early 1940s, when American researchers developed flight simulators which use analog computers to simulate onboard instrument data. One such system was Type 16 19 synthetic radar trainer, built in 1943. From these early attempts in the WWH era through the educational mid-1970, educational software was directly tied to the hardware on which it ran. Pioneering educational software system in this era included the Plato system in 1960, developed at the University of Illinois, and TICCIT in 1963. IBM had established a partnership directed by Patrick Sipes to develop the first comprehensive CAI elementary school curriculum, which was implemented on a large scale in schools in both California and Mississippi in 1967. Computer Curriculum Corporation (CCC), now Pearson Education Technologies, was formed to market to schools the materials developed through the IBM partnership.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Harid bin Muhammad Aziz. My matrix number is AA210733. So I will continue the presentation. I will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of educational software. There are many advantages and disadvantages of educational software, but I will only talk 5 of them. So first, it encourages students to stay engaged with their learning environment. Kids get bored very easily when they feel like they already know what is being taught in their classroom. By introducing technology in the classroom, there are fewer places where repetitive learning must take place. Teachers can introduce new subjects, try new techniques, or use different projects to encourage ongoing learning, which creates more overall engagement. Technology in the classroom encourages collaboration. So students retain very little of the information they receive when a teacher lectures from a textbook. Educational software gives us an easy way to develop collaboration skills for students using online tools that encourage them to work together in safe ways. Next, the advantages of educational software is students learn through creating and utilizing hands-on knowledge. There are a lot of theories about why hands-on learning is so effective. Beyond simply leading to better engagement, hands-on learning allows students to practice the skills that they have already learned. As anyone who has ever learned a skill or learn information can attest to, the more practice you get, the better you will be at that skill, and the better you will be able to retain the information. So next, educational software also make teaching and learning be more interesting and goal oriented. And the last of advantages that I will give is it make it easier for students to get some information to finish the task given using the educational software that provided. As with anything else in life, there are also some disadvantages. These include, first, difficult to get students' attention. If using the educational software, keeping a student's attention is tough for any educator, whether they are studying at home or working on computers in the classroom. As a result, teachers must be prepared and finish particular training on using educational software effectively and connecting with students. Gadgets and computers frequently distract children, and the educator must be prepared to deal with this. Besides that, it's also difficult to select the most appropriate software. It might be hard to pick the best appropriate educational app or website. There are so many on the market. This is especially true in the case of children's education, as children's educational software requirements are numerous. It should be entertaining, informative, age appropriate, and a proper knowledge level, among other things. It might be difficult for parents to make the best decision. So next, technology can make it easier to cheat. Now, a student can send themselves a text with that information. They can send that data to anyone else with a phone. Emails can relay this info too. There must also be strict rules in place about the use of technology during quizzes or tests, when an exact measurement of student knowledge is needed to evaluate their overall progress. So next, the disadvantages of education software is technology in the classroom could create medical problems for some kids because of too long face the laptop screen or any devices that they use to join and finish the task class. So the last disadvantages is many classrooms place limits on technology access, which is an obstacle to join the class and to get the information. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Muhammad Nabi Irfan. So today, I will talk about application of educational software. So as we know, educational software or computer applications developed for teaching and learning purposes by presenting graphics. These are the example of an educational software application that commonly used by teachers nowadays. So number one, we got Google. So what is Google, and why Google can help the teachers to in teaching their students? So Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. That is why search tool, one of the tool that got in Google, search tools made it easy to discover a broad range of information from a wide variety of sources. So with Google, the teacher can create an online class made with students. What we call it as Google Meet. So nowadays, it normally used by teachers while in pandemic COVID-19. Therefore, Google Meet can empower you to enrich teaching and learning with advanced features like breakout rooms, live streaming, attendance tracking, Q&A, that means question and answer, polling, and more when you sign up for the Teaching and Learning Upgrade or Education Plus. So that one is just for the teacher. As students, you can use your main account, your main Google account. Okay, so the software number 2, we got JavaScript. Okay, what is JavaScript? So JavaScript is like it's commonly used at the back in the day, like before 2010, I guess, before 2010. So JavaScript was a popular, like one of the popular software at that time. So before Google comes out, JavaScript programming language was introduced in 1995 and has since become one of the most popular with support by all major web browsers. JavaScript is an object-oriented programming language employed by most websites along with HTML and CSS to create robust, dynamic, and interactive user experiences. So, the application number 3, we got Microsoft Word. So, Microsoft Word. So the word processing software is used to apply the basic editing and design, and also helps in manipulating the text to your pages, where is the word processor. It's a device that provides editing, input, formatting, and output of the given text with some additional features. So teachers can incorporate word processing programs by introducing their features and modeling how they can be used for individual and collaborative writing. It is important for teachers to select software that aligns with the type of writing as well as with each student's needs. And number 4, we got Microsoft PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint is a powerful slideshow presentation programming. It is a standard component of the company's Microsoft Office suite software, and it is bundled together with Word, Excel, and other office productivity tools. So PowerPoint, the mission just seemed like a word, but with PowerPoint you can present graphic to students, but with Word you can only present text, article, and you can write an article in Word. But with PowerPoint you can create a graph, a mini map to show your creativity to students. So the program, so Microsoft PowerPoint uses slides to convey information rich in multimedia. Otherwise, PowerPoint can be used to prepare lectures and presentations by helping instructors refine their material to salient points and content. So class lectures can be typed in outline format, which can then be refined as slides. So the last one is Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Excel is bundled together in one software that we call as Microsoft. Then Microsoft Excel. What is Microsoft Excel? Okay, so here, Microsoft Excel is a helpful and powerful program for data analysis and documentation. It is a spreadsheet program which contains a number of columns and rows, where each intersection of a column and row is a cell. So each cell contains one point of data or one piece of information. Thus, Excel reduces the difficulty of plotting data and allows students a mean for interpreting the data. Teachers also can reverse the traditional process of analyzing data by giving students a complete chart and see if they can reconstruct the underlying worksheet. So, that's all for me. Thank you.
I will talk about conclusion. It's never been a better time to use technology to enable and improve learning at all levels, in all places, and for individuals from all walks of life. The main part necessary to best implement the advancement possible by technology in education are in place, from the modernization of e-related to the growth and uptake of openly licensed educational resources. That's all for me. Thank you.